Hello dear all, welcome to my channel online and welcome once again to your English lesson. Today's lesson we are going to learn about how to write essays, writing essays in English. In today's lesson I'm going to give you some essay writing tips in very easy and understandable English. So I want you to hang on till the end of the lesson because it's going to be very interesting. I am Mr. Ngom as usual, and I am a teacher of English at Passy High School. So before I start the lesson, I want to thank my partners on CAP School. I want to thank all my colleagues from Artes Fatigue and all my colleagues from the mixed cell of Sokon, the English cell. This lesson is divided into two sections. Section 1 is about literature review, meaning some theoretical lesson ideas about the issue of essay writing. And the second section will be about practical activities. So in section 2, we are going to have a topic and write a piece of essay online. So I will advise you to hang on till the end of the lesson, and please like the video if it is the case and subscribe to my channel. Thank you once again for backing me. Many students look at philosophy as being a very difficult subject. Many students also look at mathematics as being a very difficult subject. Many students look at essay writing as being very difficult and challenging. So listen to this piece of advice of Dr. Wayne Dyer. He said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So I beg you, you have to change your way to look at essay writing. It's not hell. It's just a writing activity that you have to, work out on it to better yourself. Definition. What is essay writing? Someone said a long time ago that you cannot play a game without knowing the rules. Don't play any game without knowing the rules. You must know the rules before playing the game. So let us know the rules of this game. An essay is an extended piece of writing that presents and supports a thesis or proposition. When you write an essay, you are making a case for the validity of a particular point of view, analysis, interpretation, or set of facts or procedures. Another definition, an essay is generally a piece of writing that gives the author's own argument. Essays are commonly used as literary criticism, political manifestos, learned arguments, observations of daily life, recollections and reflections of the author. Almost all modern essays are written in prose. From Wikipedia. Now, types of essay. There are many types of essays, but they all have a common objective, which is presenting and defending a topic and a stance to the reader. We can group them into 4 main categories. The first category of essay writing is narrative essay writing. The second one is persuasive essays. The third one is descriptive essays. And the fourth group is expository essays. What is a narrative essay? A narrative essay is to tell a story or to impart information about your subject in a straightforward or orderly manner, like in a story. This is narrative. Persuasive essay is when you want to convince the reader about some point of view. Number 3, expository essay is when you explain to the reader how to do or how to give process. You could, for example, write an expository essay with step-by-step instruction on how to make a peanut butter, how to make sandwich, how to make omelette, etc. This is an expository essay. Now, descriptive essay, description, it focuses on the details of what is going on. For example, if you want to write a descriptive essay about your trip to the park, you would give great details about what you experienced, how the grass felt beneath the feet, what the park benches looked like, and anything else the reader would need to feel as if they were there. So, description. Essay format. What does an essay look like? A good essay. In general, an academic essay has 3 parts. What are they? An introduction that gives the reader an idea of what they are about to learn and presents an argument in the form of a thesis statement. Number 2, the body or the middle section. The main body provides evidence used to prove and persuade the reader to accept the writer's particular point of view. Number 3, conclusion. The conclusion summarizes the content and findings of the essays. Now, in more detail, an introduction is the first paragraph of your essay. This is where your writer introduces his topic for the very first time. You can give a very brief synopsis of your essay in the introductory paragraph. Some paragraph writing skills can be a help here. Generally, it's not very long, about 4 or 6 lines, depending on the topic. This will ensure that you hook the reader, meaning draw and keep his attention. To do so, you can start with a quote, a proverb. Sometimes you can even start with a definition. Why not? Another interesting strategy to engage with your reader is to start with a question. Now, the body. In details, the body, it is the main crux of your essay. The body is the meat of your essay, sandwiched between introduction and the conclusion. So the most vital and important content of the essay will be here. This need to be confined to 1 paragraph. It can extend to 2 or more paragraphs according to the content. Usually, we have a lot of information to provide in the body, so it is important to organize your thoughts and content. Write information in a systematic flow so that the reader can comprehend. So, for example, you are narrating an accident. The best manner to do this would be to go in a chronological order. Conclusion in details. This is the last paragraph of the essay. Sometimes a conclusion will just mirror the introductory paragraph, but makes sure the words and syntax are different. A conclusion is also a great place to sum up a story or an argument. You can round up your essay by providing some moral or wrapping up a story. Make sure you complete your essays with the conclusion. Leave no hanging threads. Now, why do people write essays? Why do you write essays? What is your purpose in writing an essay? Come on. So, giving arguments, explaining your point of view, explaining your topic, convincing your reader of your beliefs. To show that you are able to select relevant ideas and information to answer a question, to show your knowledge and understanding of a topic, to show your ability in presenting a logical argument, to show your skills in organizing your ideas systematically, to show your ability to use sophisticated English. Now, the section 2 is dedicated to the practice. We are going to practice now. We are going to have a topic and write the essay. I'm going to help you do that. Here is our topic. It is often believed that Africa is one of the most violent regions in the world. With strong arguments and examples, give the types causes and solutions of violence in Africa. Write between 200 words and write between 200 and 300 words. So this is our topic. So when you have a topic like this, what will be the first step of it is to understand the topic. Understanding is very important. It is the key. Okay. Next, you have to brainstorm. What is brainstorm? Brainstorming is to look for ideas. Number 3, after looking for ideas, you have to select your ideas. Number 4, you have to outline. Okay, outlining. Number 5, you start writing your essay, drafting. When you finish drafting, you proofread, you double check for mistakes in grammar. The last part is writing the final draft before handing in to the teacher. Now, understanding the topic. How to understand a topic? It's not very difficult. When you have a topic, first of all, you have to look at the key terms of the topic. You have to look at the theme of the topic, because each topic has a key term. Each topic has a main theme, a main topic. It can be internet, it can be television, it can be art, education. The topic can be about health, it can be about food, about travel, about animals. It can be about cinema, about sports, about movies, about music, about economy, about violence or business, etc. So our topic, in your opinion, what is the main topic here? What is the main theme in this topic? It is often believed that Africa is one of the most violent regions in the world. With strong arguments and examples, give the types, cause, and solution of violence in Africa. What is the main theme here? The main theme is violence. So the key terms here is violence. So the topic we are going to deal with today is not about water, it's not about football, it's not about movies, it's not about music or internet. It's about violence. It's very important. You have also to know about the keywords. It's very important also, the keywords. When reading your topic, underline the keywords. Here, the most important word after violence is Africa. So be careful. The topic is about violence, but not violence in America, not violence in Mexico, not violence in Afghanistan, not violence in Dakar, but it is violence in Africa. So you have to be careful. You have to be focused. Okay? And there are many other key words, meaning types is very important. You have to give the types of violence, the causes of violence, and the solutions to violence in Africa. So these words that I have underlined are very, very, very important to understand the topic. Now, brainstorming. Once you have understood the topic, you have to brainstorm now, meaning you have to go to look for ideas. Okay? Let the storm, come into your head, and let the ideas fall down like leaves in the fall. So brainstorming, looking for ideas. This exercise is somehow very, very tricky, but organize yourself. Create clusters or mind mappings. Okay? If you feel at ease with clusters, use clusters. You can also use mind mapping. So I use clusters. What is a cluster? Clusters is grouping ideas, okay, into families. Okay? So I will have a cluster of types, a cluster of solutions, a cluster of causes. So clustering. So here are my 3 clusters. Yes, so any ideas that come to your mind, write it down. You are not selecting, you are brainstorming. So any idea that comes through your mind, put it in the cluster. Okay, so a cluster of types, of causes, of solutions. Now, types. Let us brainstorm about types. What types of violence do you notice in Africa? Is the question. Do you know any type of violence? So go. Okay, let your brainstorm. War. Civil war also is a type of violence. gender violence, sexual violence, violence in sports, violence in schools, domestic violence, racism, police brutality, terrorism. Here are 10 types of violence among many others. Okay, these are the result of my brainstorming. But your brainstorming can give you other examples of types of violence. So it's up to you to choose, Now the causes. What do you think are the causes of violence in Africa? Poverty, political, motivations, joblessness, unemployment, ignorance, injustice, intolerance, lack of education. So in my opinion, these 7 causes are very, very common in Africa regarding to violence. Let us see now some solutions in brainstorming. How can we solve violence in Africa? Maybe by fighting poverty, justice for all, job creation, education, sensitization, tolerance, law enforcement, strong institutions. So here also, this is the fruit of my brainstorming. Okay? Now, after brainstorming, you select the best ideas. Remember, this is not a thesis, neither a research paper. This is just a small essay writing of about 200 to 300 words. You cannot put all your ideas in the essay writing. It's impossible. Just select 2 everywhere or 3 maximum. So select the best ideas. Now, I have got 10 types in my brainstorming. I cannot use all these types of violence in my essay. I will just choose 2 of them. Now, to choose 2 of them, I will take civil war and sexual violence. Why? Because I know that I will have something to say about civil war and about sexual violence. I have some arguments, I have some examples. Don't choose a type of violence on which you have nothing to say. Why? It's madness. Choose something that you can say something on. Causes, I will choose political, motivation, and joblessness. Poverty also is good, because I have something to say on it. For the solutions, also 2 solutions, job creation and education, because I have something to say about it. I have also some examples. Now, outlining. Outlining is planning. Introduction, body, and conclusion. So you all know that essay writing is divided into 3 parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. Now, what is my outline? In the body, I will talk about the types, the cause, and the solutions. The types will be sexual violence, civil war. The causes will be politically motivated and joblessness. And the solutions, education, reduce poverty. So here is my outline. Now it's time to start drafting my essay. Drafting is start writing the first lines. So I will start with the introduction. Introduction, the purpose is to let the reader know the following. The topic you are dealing with, here it is violence. The aspect of the topic, it is violence in Africa. And the stand, so here is not stand, here is plan. But in another topic you can have stand. So the plan here is, I'm going to talk about the types, the causes, and the solutions. Now, the topic, the aspect, and the plan. In this topic, what is the topic here? The topic is, violence. The aspect of the topic of the violence is in Africa. And my plan is, I'm going to talk about the types, the cause, and the solution. Now, very important to know, this third part of introduction is not compulsory. It's optional. Many introductions do not have plan. So it's optional. But if you can do it, why not? You can do it. Okay? Now, let us again brainstorm the themes of violence. Now, in the introduction, you will need three sentences. A sentence talking about the topic, a sentence dealing with the aspect, and a sentence talking about your plan. If you have three sentences, it's okay, you have a good introduction. Now, let us brainstorm some sentences about the topic. I can say violence can be defined as any act of hurting someone else. This is a good sentence. Nowadays, violence is very common in the world. Wonderful sentence. And be careful. Just talk about the theme. Don't talk about Africa, because Africa is the second part of the introduction. It is the aspect of the topic. The topic here is only violence. So your sentence must be only about violence. One single sentence about violence. Any sentence is okay. But don't go deep in details talking about Africa. No. You can't read a newspaper without learning about violent scenes. Good. Whenever you watch the news, it looks as if they only talk about violence. Nowadays, it is very common to see or to hear about violent scenes that they take place in our society. So these 5 sentences could be 100, 100, 200, a million sentences just about violence. And this is my first sentence of the introduction. I will choose one of them. Now the aspect now, I am going to form a sentence about violence in Africa. So be careful. I went from the general and I'm going to the particular aspect of the topic. Here also we are going to brainstorm some sentences. Africa is one of the mostly affected continents. Many people think that Africa is very affected by violence. The most common violent scenes are in the African continent. Africa is stereotyped to be among the most violent areas in the world. More and more people believe that our continent is very dangerous place to live in. It's a very dangerous place to live in. Africa is often given as example when it comes to violence. So I have brainstormed 6 sentences about the aspect of the topic. This is my second sentence. I will choose one of them. Now the last part of the introduction is how I will proceed. And here also I will brainstorm some sentences, okay? And I will take the best one. We are going to show to which extent that is true. It will be very important to talk about the types, the causes, and suggest some solution to this phenomenon. We cannot put an end to violence in Africa without knowing all the aspects of it. Let's try and see the types of violence in Africa, then the causes before suggesting solutions. First of all, we will identify the types and the cause of violence before giving solutions. For a thorough analysis of this phenomenon, it is necessary to list the types and causes, then we will be able to find solutions. So, I have 3 sentences. I have sentences about the topic, about the aspect, about the plan. Now I will select the best one. So, I will select one sentence here, one here, and one here, and the introduction is done. Select one sentence talking about the topic, the theme, one talking about the aspect, one talking about your plan, and everything is done. Your introduction is ready. So topic, I will choose which one here. I will choose number 5. Thesis, I will choose one here. I will choose number 1. And the stand, I choose number 6. Introduction sample. Nowadays, it is very common to see or to hear about violent scenes that daily take place in our society. Africa is one of the mostly affected continents. For a thorough analysis of this phenomenon, it is necessary to list the types and cause, then we will be able to find solutions. So here are the 3 sentences I have chosen out of 20 of the sentences we had a while ago. So, and I will form these sentences, link them by using linking words, okay, to form a good introduction. Nowadays, it is very common to see or to hear about violent scenes that daily take place in our society. Africa is a continent that is most affected by this violence. Violence can be defined as any act of hurting someone else. It can be physical or moral. What is missing here? The third part is missing. I will add this sentence, but be careful. A while ago, I said that you are not obliged. It is not an obligation, okay, to use the third part. So here is a sample of introduction. The body. Here is our body. The body is composed of many paragraphs. Here we'll have 6 paragraphs. Why? Because we have 6 ideas. Remember, 1 idea, 1 paragraph. Sexual violence, 1 paragraph. Civil war, 1 paragraph. Politically motivated, 1 paragraph. Joblessness, 1 paragraph. Education, 1 paragraph. Reduction of poverty, 1 paragraph. So separate them paragraph, okay, after paragraphs. Now, how to write a paragraph? It's not difficult. And here I will give you a link to one of my documents about the linking words. So in the description of this video, below of the video, in the description, you click on the link and you will see, okay, all the linking words you need. Okay. So here are some linking words I have proposed to give you. I will send you this document, okay? Linking words, okay, here, linking words here, then actually, as well, also too. So here are good examples of linking words. I promise to give you the link in the description of this video. If you click on the link, you will get this document, okay? Now let us continue our, yes sir? So linkage. Now a paragraph is composed of 1 main idea, of arguments that back the idea, and examples to exemplify, to show, okay, example of the idea. So 1 idea, argument, example. Good paragraph. Now paragraph sample. Here is a paragraph I have made out of the first, part of the outline. Sexual violence is any sexual act or any attempt to obtain a sexual act by force. It can be unwanted sexual comments or advances. It is a very common fact to see men trying to force women to have sex with them without their agreements, and vice versa. So in this paragraph, what do you notice? We have a main idea, sexual violence, type of violence. And here in black, you have argument showing that sexual violence is really type of violence. And the third sentence is exemplification. I am giving you some examples, okay, about sexual violence. Another paragraph here is, according to Wikipedia, a civil war is a war between organized groups with the same nation, state or republic, or less commonly between 2 countries created from a formerly united nation state. The goal of one side may be to take control of the country or a region to achieve independence for a region or to change government policies. The civil war can be political, like in Libya. It can be ethnic, like in the case of Rwanda, and religious, as in Nigeria. Wonderful. This is a good paragraph. This paragraph is about the type of violence, civil war. The civil war here is the main idea. And in black, I am showing you how a civil war can be a type of violence. Okay? And the last sentence here, civil war can be political, like in Libya, ethnic, like in Rwanda, religious, like in Nigeria, are examples. Okay? So I repeat, paragraph, idea, argument, example. It's okay? Good. Now, conclusion. The conclusion is, the purpose of the conclusion is to summarize the main arguments and proposition you've dealt with in the essay. So in our essay, we had 3 parts: the types, the cause, and the solutions. Let us summarize these 3 ideas in 1 paragraph. Okay? Don't be long. Okay? Conclusion sample. By way of conclusion, we can say with no doubt that violence is widely spread in the African continent There are many sorts of violence in the African society. Nevertheless, all these types of violence can be solved if their real causes are known. So in this paragraph, we have, in a short way, summarizes the three aspects of our essay. Meaning, after reading my essay, there is no doubt that violence is in Africa. So we agree now, because we have shown sorts of violence, many of them. Okay, this is don't always use type. You can sometimes vary. Okay, and here violence can be solved. This is solutions. If the real causes are known, here are the causes, and it's very, very easy. Okay, so I'm going to show you the final draft. Don't forget to to proofread before handing in. Okay, here is the final result of our essay, and this text also I will send it to you. I will send you the link to get this text. Look at the look at the description of the video below, and you will see a link leading to this text. Nowadays, it is very common to see or to hear about violent scenes that daily take place in our society. Africa is the continent that is most affected by this violence. Violence can be defined as any act of hurting someone else. It can be physical or moral. This is introduction. Now, for the first part, it is a part of dealing with types of violence. You have to find an introductory sentence before tackling types. There are many types of violence in our society, but we are going to name just a few. To name just a few, meaning 2 of them, not 10, not 20. Okay? And please don't underline anything. Here I underline because I am teaching. Sexual violence is any sexual act or any attempt to obtain sexual or act by force. It can be unwanted sexual comments or advances. It is very common fact to see men trying to force women to have sex with them without their agreement, and vice versa. This paragraph is for sexual violence. The next paragraph, according to Wikipedia, a civil war is a war between organized groups within the same nation, state, or republic, or less commonly between 2 countries created from a formerly united nation state. The goal of one side may be to take control of the country or region, to achieve independence for a region, or to change government policies. The civil war can be political, like in Libya. It can be ethnic. It is the case of Rwanda, and religious, as in Nigeria. There are numerous causes of violence, but we are going to cite. Here I said we are going to name a few, but here I say we are going to cite just a few among causes: political and poverty. And here you have 2 paragraphs dealing with political motivated, and here dealing with joblessness. Okay? To make it short, we move to the next to part 3. There are many solutions to stop violence in our society. Here are some examples, among others. Now, this is our final draft, and inshallah, God willing, I will send it to you in the link below, okay, this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you have learned something. If it is the case, please subscribe to my channel, like and share the video. Next time, I promise to teach you how to write dialogues, how to write a speech, and how to write an article. Thank you very much. Goodbye.